Hey YouTube, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Y'all, please don't mind me talking kind of quiet. It's a bit of an echo in here, and I don't want y'all to pick up on the echo, so please don't mind that, okay? But as y'all can see by the title, I wanted to share my thoughts on why I no longer care about karma. And not necessarily I don't care about karma because karma isn't real, but I no longer care about karma because I've gotten to a place in my life where I feel like I'm so at peace. I feel so free. I'm on my way to feeling more happy in my life and more fulfilled. And sitting around focusing on the people that did hurt me and the people that tried to destroy me on whether or not they get karma actually does nothing for me. It doesn't move me forward in life. It doesn't progress me forward. And it doesn't really bring me peace and happiness. I remember at one point in my life, I used to always ask God, like, why are these people that hurt me and try to destroy me able to just walk freely and live their lives like nothing ever happened? Why does it seem like these people don't even feel bad about the things that they did to me? But I had to realize some people are just evil and some people are just sick. And at the end of the day, whether or not these people do get what they deserve, why do I have to keep myself in mental turmoil? Why do I have to keep letting these people live in my head rent free? Why do I have to keep feeling depressed and angry and sad and anxious based off of the things that these people did to me and they have no care about it at all? And it's not even to say that you can't feel the feelings and you can't feel hurt and you can't feel angry and you can't feel sad. It's not about that at all. That's very much valid. But for me personally, instead of focusing on my goals and my dreams, when I'm worried about the other people, it keeps me in the same mind state as when those people were able to have access to me to even hurt me to begin with. And I've gotten to the point in my life where I truly understand that people are going to be people at the end of the day. People are going to do what they feel like they want to do. And people who are mentally ill are always going to find a way to justify the things that they do. There's no amount of justifying, there's no amount of reasoning that you can give to a person that hurts you because they will purposely choose to misunderstand what it is that you're saying. They will purposely choose to find a reason to justify why they did the things that they did because in their delusional minds, for some reason, you deserved it. That goes for anybody. You can go for your friends, your family, people at work, relationships, whatever the case may be. Nobody is exempt. But I feel like you have to kind of get to a point in your life where your peace and your solitude matters more than anything. Your mental health has to matter more than literally anything. And I'm most definitely at a place where my peace matters way more than any relationship, any friendship, and any environment. And I'm always going to make sure that I'm serving and choosing myself first in that way. And because of that, I'm at a place where I no longer care about the karma. I'm at a point in my life where my peace matters so much to me that I don't care what anybody has going on. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you've been through. I just care that you stay away from me. I don't care about trying to get little updates and stalking people's pages to see if they're going through a downfall, to make sure that they're doing bad in life. I don't care. I just know that I won at the end of the day because you're not around me anymore. Success is the best revenge. Having peace is the best revenge. Having freedom is the best revenge. Having a good mindset and a good sense of self and good mental health is the best revenge. Because you have to understand a lot of the people that are actually hurting you in your life, they don't have any of the stuff that I just listed. They don't have peace. They don't have freedom, especially mental freedom. They don't even have freedom on a soul level, to be honest. So why do I care about whether or not these people are going to get their karma? Their karma is the life that they live. Every single day that they wake up, they hate their lives. They hate the way they look. They hate the way that they think. They hate the way they operate. They hate the relationships that they have in their life. They hate their jobs. They hate their kids. They hate their spouses. They hate their animals. Literally, they hate everything about their life. So why am I worried about whether or not they get karma or not? That's the karma they're losing in their everyday life. Their karma is also not having access to you. Some people, they stalk me to this day. They're watching my page to this day because both me and those people know that I was always genuine. That's one of the main reasons why I'm able to live my life so freely and so guilt-free, especially because I know that at the end of the day, I gave my all and that I was always a genuine person with genuine intentions at the end of the day. So yes, I sleep great at night. I don't care who's hating on me. I don't care who's watching my page. I don't care who's praying on my downfall. At the end of the day, I'm always sleeping good at night, and at the end of the day, I'm always getting my goals done, and I'm always going to be secure in who I am. Nobody is going to be able to change that because I actually did the work on myself to where I wasn't on the same frequency as these people. And when you start to really value yourself and you understand the value that you bring to anybody's life, let alone your own, you will start to operate and carry yourself in that way. So yes, some people might look at me and be like, oh, she's too cocky, she's arrogant. But at the end of the day, am I really arrogant? Or is it just because you don't like me because you lost access to me? Because you know that you actually benefited from me, now you're upset and you're mad at me, and now all of a sudden I'm the bad person. But at the end of the day, I'm not actually the bad person, because if I was actually the bad person, these people wouldn't be stalking my page, trying to be in contact with me, trying to get back into my life. And when you also get to that point in your life, it also just frees up your mental space and your mental clarity to give you energy to focus on new and better things. I don't really care about having anybody from the past back into my life because I'm looking towards the future. I want to meet new people. I want to have new experiences. I don't want to be in the same places where the people that hurt me are, because I know who I am and because I'm a genuine person and because I always have genuine intentions. I'm always attracting that energy back to me. For example, When I go out, I'm always giving people compliments. If I like something that you have on, if I like the way you look, if I like your hair, whatever, I'm gonna give you a compliment. And I always receive the same type of energy back when I go outside. For example, same thing with YouTube. I love doing YouTube. I've been doing this for a very long time now, and I genuinely do love doing this just because. I don't feel like myself when I don't create. I don't feel like myself when I'm not pouring into others, because this is something that I would do for free. One of the reasons why I even got onto YouTube is because at the time, a lot of the people in my life never actually appreciated what I used to do for them. They always used to call and ask me for advice, but would disregard the advice. Or if I was to give these people advice, they would always find an excuse as to why they don't want to follow it. And it's not like I'm trying to control anybody or tell them exactly what they should do. But I mean, if you're spending my time and my energy asking me what would I do or what you should do in a certain situation, and you're just sitting there disregarding it, of course I'm going to feel some type of way, and I'm going to feel used. And I did take accountability for the fact that I did allow some people like this in my life to use me in that way. But that's when I decided that I'm going to pour it out into YouTube, and whoever it's for will find it. Whoever needs to hear what I'm saying will hear it. And at this point, it becomes also beneficial for me. So now it's a give and take relationship instead of a one-sided relationship. And I do kind of believe in the fact that there's bad karma and there is good karma. And like I said, whatever you give out to people is the same thing that you're going to get in return. I remember posting a short not too long ago, and somebody was in the comments saying that the title of "You Get What You Give Me, So Treat Me How You Want to Be Treated" was a crazy title. But how is it a crazy title that I want people to treat me how they want to be treated, and based off of how you treat me, that's the type of treatment that you're going to get back? And honestly, I'm not even the type of person that likes to treat people bad. Even if they did treat me bad, I'm the type of person I kill people with kindness, because baby, who are you? If it's not direct, it's not respected. You know, that's the type of person I am. But at the end of the day, all of the things that I do, I always receive good karma in return. And I'm not doing any of the things that I do just to get good karma. I get good karma because that's naturally inside of me. I'm naturally a kind and empathetic person. I naturally care about other people. I don't subscribe to being nice to people just because you think that you're going to get something in return. I'm nice and kind to people just because that's who I am. And I actually feel bad as a person if I don't do that. I never like having to be the villain. I never like having to put somebody in their place. I never like having to actually set boundaries to protect myself. But at the end of the day, who matters more, me or them? Me or my peace? Me or my freedom? Me or my mental health? Which one matters more? Because at the end of the day, even if these people did get their karma, them getting their karma actually does nothing for me. At the end of the day, it's all about my ego, to be honest. Because at the end of the day, all I'm going to be able to say is, oh, you got what you deserved, or oh, look at you, you're actually losing in life. But what does that make me? Does that make me any better than the next person? Does that make me any better than the person that hurt me? Because a lot of the people that do hurt you, they operate from their ego. They don't operate from their soul. They don't operate from their heart. They operate from a place of false superiority. They feel like they're better than people. They feel like they're invincible. They feel like nobody can ever take them down. But then they wonder why they have the life that they have at the end of the day. So why would I keep myself at a ground zero just so I can make sure that I see people get their karma? Again, the life that people live is their karma. They're stuck in a mental prison. They have inner turmoil. They have inner conflict. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they want. They don't have a personality. They don't have an opinion. They don't have a voice. They don't stand for anything. They don't have any morals. And at the end of the day, they're always going to find a reason to justify why they did the things that they did. I can think of several examples to this day where people will literally justify why they did the things that they did. And it was some of the most horrendous things. But in reality, to me, these people did these things because I was different from them, because I just didn't follow them blindly, because I didn't want to do what they say and let them control me, because I set boundaries, because I stood up for myself, because I realized that my peace and my freedom and my mental health matters to me more than sticking around these people. That alone is a good enough reason for them to justify doing the things that they did to you. So again, I'm just at a place in my life where I don't really care what happens to people. I don't really care what people are going through, and not anybody. I'm talking about the people that hurt me, right? I don't really care about what those people are going through. I don't care what they're thinking. I don't care what they think about me, how they feel. I don't care about the revenge that they want to get on me. I don't care about any of that stuff. At the end of the day, I care about me. I care about what I'm trying to achieve in my life. I care about how I feel on a day-to-day basis, and I care about the people that I have around me, and none of those people are around me today. So again, it's not to say that karma isn't a real thing. I do think that it's a real thing, and you will reap what you sow. You will get what you give. You have to treat people how you want to be treated at the end of the day. And again, I never cared, and I always sleep great at night because I know that I never do wrong by people. I always have genuine intentions. I don't wake up and hate what I see in the mirror. I don't wake up hating how I feel. I don't wake up hating that, I set boundaries and I actually stood up for myself. I'm actually proud of myself on a day-to-day basis. Right now in my life, I've never felt better. I feel so amazing. I feel so free. I feel so much more at peace because I don't have people that I have to worry about setting boundaries with all the time. I don't have people around me that are always out to get me. I don't have people around me that are always causing me anxiety. I feel great. And that's the feeling that I've always wanted to achieve. That's the feeling that I've worked so hard on myself to achieve. Because the difference is between me and these people who get karma is that I actually took the time to work on myself. I actually sat in the room in the dark doing the work on myself. I'm actually okay with the shadow side of myself. I'm not afraid of who I am, the good or the bad. And what I've noticed is that a lot of these people who hurt people in life, they pretend to be kind, but the whole time they really are more in their shadow side because they don't know how to tame it. They don't know how to sit with it. They don't know how to examine it. So it comes out in different ways that they are not able to control. Like literally with narcissists, they're not able to help themselves. They have to give you an insult. They have to put their hands on you. They have to try to put you down. They have to try to break your spirit. They have to try to hurt your identity because that's literally all that they're able to do. They try to convince themselves every day that they're not a bad person, but they literally are. And because they refuse to do the work on themselves, they refuse to face the shadow side of themselves and actually tame it and be able to work with it in a good way because there's supposed to be like a healthy balance. You're supposed to have a good amount of light and a good amount of dark. That's what makes you a good balanced person because nobody is all light and nobody is all dark. I mean, some people are, but you know what I mean though. I'm the type of person, I am light, I am nice, I'm sweet, I'm kind, but at the same time, there's duality to me. I'm not a one-dimensional type of person. There's so many different sides of me. I can be funny, I can be nice, I can be kind, I can be sweet, I can be gentle, I can be caring and nurturing, but at the same time, if you're the type of person that gets on my bad side, I'm gonna have to show you that I can be cold and I can be cutthroat and I can be disrespectful. But again, you have to know how to balance the two and you have to know how to be able to control the bad side of you. And it's not even necessarily that it's a bad side, but it's just a dark side and everybody has one. And another thing that's so important is you have to be careful with the people that have access to you because a lot of these people who don't know how to control their dark side, they will see you and the light that you have and they will try to come around you in order to siphon that energy and also kind of hide from the dark side that they are. They want to get around you because they love the way that they feel being around you. They love that you make them feel soft and that they can be honest and truthful with you and they can be honest with themselves. They love getting all of the benefits that they get from your light, and sometimes your light will literally help convince them that they are a good person. That's why you have people that are literally obsessed with you. When you walk out of their life, all of a sudden they're wondering what happened to them. All of a sudden they're always trying to get back into your life because your light helped them feel like they were a good person. Your light helped them feel like that they could achieve that light within themselves, but because they don't actually take the time to do the work on themselves, they will never actually achieve that. That's why they want to take it from you. So you have to be careful with the types of people that you allow into your life because these people will literally try to steal your light. And if you actually let them, then you will start to sit in your dark side more too. You will start to feel angry and hurt, and then that's when you want to get revenge. That's when you want to sit around and wait for karma. And because you know how valuable your light actually is to these people, that's when these people actually start to hate you because you remind them that they are not who they think they are. You remind them that the only reason why they felt the way that they felt and why they felt like they could do the things that they did to you was because you were around them, because you were sharing your energy and your essence with these types of people. There are people mad at me today because they had to realize that the only reason why they felt how they felt and they felt so powerful is because I was giving them energy. And that's kind of another reason why I don't necessarily care about karma, because at the end of the day, when I remove my energy, all of the stuff that you thought you were doing, that little ego trip that you were on, you feeling all high and mighty, I know all of that is going to disappear eventually because you were riding high on my energy. I know that my energy is high octane. I know that my energy can actually boost somebody up when it's given to the right person. So at the end of the day, I know karma for you is that you have no access to me. You have no access to my energy, and I'm gonna win at the end of the day. For me personally, success was never really about the material things, and I'm not saying that I never want to get material things, but for me personally, I've always known that success for me is about peace, love, and happiness, and I truly do abide by that in my everyday life. Nobody could ever be in my life at any point and ever say that I was never adhering to that. I never strive for that, and I never gave that out to other people. Nobody could ever say that I was hurting anybody. Nobody could ever say that I was fake. Nobody could ever say I wasn't genuine. Nobody could ever say that I never gave all that I could. Nobody could ever say anything bad about me besides the fact that, they don't like what I said, or they don't like what I did, or they don't like that I'm not talking to them no more. Nobody can ever say anything bad about me. And even if they did find anything bad to say about me, or even if anybody does not like me, at the end of the day, I love myself. I like myself. Karma for other people is that they wake up every single day and they hate their lives. They have no access to me. They have no access to my energy. They don't know what to do with themselves. they don't have any goals and any dreams. That's their karma. So the reason I don't care about karma anymore is because at the end of the day, I'm what matters the most. I care about my peace, my happiness, my freedom. I care about having genuine love in my life, genuine people, and I'm all about being a genuine person and having genuine intentions at the end of the day. So I have no worries. I'm able to walk around with confidence like that because I know who I am at the end of the day. That's the karma. So that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. Hopefully you found some value from it, and if you did, please leave a like or a comment down below. It really does help my channel a lot to know that you like videos like these. I love each and every one of y'all so much. Let me know what y'all's thoughts were in the comment section. Go ahead and follow me on my Instagram right down below on the screen, and I will see y'all in my next video.